the infinite hallway. Whoops. Oh no, I moved that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Currently trying to get to my dashboard on not Facebook. What the heck am I talking about? There we go. Okay. So I am going to work on Relics of Hyrule stuff. I'm looking at the Darknet armor right now, namely the female Darknet armor, because I realized that this model for the gauntlets is not the female gauntlets, it's the male gauntlets. So I was just testing the new Goron armor. I think this might be it, yeah. So looks like Mannequin Misery. Maybe it's this. Okay. That's a male. Let's look at female. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. The female Goron armor, the sleeves don't line up correctly. The gauntlets seem fine, but the sleeves don't line up. The Darknet armor seems fine as well, so I don't need to worry about the Darknet armor. It's the Goron armor. That's not lining up. I'll have to also look to see if it's dependent on weight. It is not. It seems let's check with a different set of gauntlets. And maybe with a different... Okay, let's take a look at just Dwarven. See if the Dwarven... It looks like Dwarven is the same. Yeah. So It's not an issue with the armor. It seems to be an issue with the gauntlets. The gauntlets are not lined up correctly. Which may be the case for Orcish Gauntlets in general, which I will verify. I will fix this. Yes, so Orcish Gauntlets don't like dwarven armor. If it's female. Male, everything lines up hunky-dory dandy fine. But female, it does not line up very well. Problem is, well, it seems the Orcish Gauntlets are too narrow. And there's dumb hat. I wonder, I'm going to try something here. This may be hideously unwise, but I'm going to test it anyway. I'm going to return these to be the Goron Warrior Cuirass. Which is another thing I need to test. I'll look at that later. That actually works, but who knows? Gauntlets. Fortify Destruction. That might be functional. Right, I was going to fiddle with the armor add-on for the Goron gloves. Because if I switch this to male, that could be very unwise. But it might be worth a shot. It's weapons. Armor. Heavy tunics. Goron. Warrior. Gauntlets. Okay. Let's see what happens if they're both using male meshes. We'll see. No, that didn't seem to do anything. Interesting. Goron War Gloves. It's not using the... It didn't update. Yeah, it's still using the female meshes. Gloves. Okay. Oh, here's what I can do. Let's try this. That way it'll update it so that she's not wearing gauntlets. And then if we update the outfit again, I should make an unenchanted version of the War Gauntlets, I think. I'll think about it. And it's still using the female model. Oh, maybe it's not. Okay, for some reason it's not. Oh, no. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. Fits fine here. I think it is using the... That is odd. It's not changing the actual model. What if I do this? Oh, wow. Oh, that's weird. Preview shows that it's using the male model. Oh, never mind. There might just be something wrong with the gauntlets. I don't know. I have no idea. It's really interesting. There must be some setting that automatically... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That automatically just morphs it to the female. Because that is the male model, but it's being morphed to the female shape. And it works on males, but on females, it seems like the Orcish Gauntlets are just messed up somehow. Which is frustrating. Well, I guess I will revert my changes here. I didn't mean to hit F1. Okay. Yeah, that's what those look like. Oh. Darknet. Darknet is fine. There's nothing wrong with the Darknets. It looks like the female... Oh, actually it does kinda... Yeah, it kinda clips through. That's not good. Okay. So, the Darknet I can fix. Because the Darknet gloves both call to Dwarven Gauntlets. They should call to two separate models. I'll fix that. I can remove Kino because I don't need that. Very old editor ID. Having Kino in it to distinguish it from other things when I was moving things around with the updates. Bother. Okay. Darknet Shield is something that I kind of want to redesign, and I can now that I have understanding of how body slide works. Darknet equipment. Okay, just making sure that it was on that list. Okay, Darknet gloves. Now I'm going to retexture the Darknet gloves. That's something I can do. Goron warrior armor. Man. There's just something messed up with the Orcish Gauntlets. I have to use something else as a base. Or make my own version. What I could do... Oh, what the heck just happened there? Hello. Hello. That's... Oh, okay. Must have been the overlay, that NVIDIA overlay. Just decided to take over the entire universe. This should be fine. I hope. Yeah, I think it needs its own armor add-on. Or, not armor add-on. It needs its own normal map. Instead of using this one that already exists. But also, I will at some point adjust these to not look so dwarven. That's the goal, but I will worry about that at another time. I think this is all... Okay. And I just need to open... Oh, wait, no, I did it already. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Fortunately, they all share the same texture, so I don't have to reinvent the wheel a million times. Okay, so now we have customized... No. We have customized gloves for the Darknet, female Darknet armor. And let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. Sort of. Well, I guess it's not that noticeable. It just kind of looks like it's part of the gauntlet. You won't know that it's there unless you're really looking. The male Darknet armor looks so much darker. Well, I will eventually redesign it. I wonder if it... you know what? It's probably... Yeah, I think it's the cube map that's doing that. So I'll take a look at the armor models to make sure. Let's just open all... Oh. That's not helpful. I need these. Let's open the boots. I know, NVIDIA. Wow. I really wish OBS didn't do that. Didn't change it to Windows 7 Basic, because maybe I should try to update OBS. Maybe there's an updated version that doesn't do that. I'll do that later. But like, whenever that NVIDIA thing comes up, it just, everything goes pitch black, at least on my end. There you go. It's supposed to be ebony cube map. Whoop, oh. It's supposed to be an ebony cube map. There we go. That looks so much nicer. That gives it the right look. Oh. Looks like this one's already okay. I must have just not gotten around to doing the other ones. Okay, so that, chalk that up to a new addition to 6.6. Alright, so now, there we go, female Darknet armor, back to the way it's always meant to be, and now they look the same. Alright, I'm gonna save. Shouldn't take too long since I haven't opened anything up. I may have to make custom Goron Gauntlets based on the Dwarven Gauntlets instead of the Orcish Gauntlets. So that everything fits together, but like, I wonder if that's like a known thing, like if there's a fix, like an Orcish Gauntlet fix that I could find and just use that. Orcish Gauntlet. Probably not. No results. Orcish Gauntlet fix. Maybe not. Oh, no, you're showing up 30 minutes in. You have not missed much. I just finished adjusting the female Darknet armor so that it's actually dark colored. It used to have like a gold sheen to it, which was unintentional. So I finished that, and I found that the Goron armor has some serious issues with it, with how the gauntlets line up with the armor, but it doesn't look like I can do much about that. Outside of changing the shape of those gauntlets somehow. Yeah, the Darknet's gonna be, it's like Vanta black to Darknet now. No, it's not. It's just consistent. Once it finishes doing its saving doodle, I finished tweaking the Goron Crossbow, which is a new item for 6.6. It is a big chunky crossbow, so I need to update the data so that it's accurate to its size, and I'll be able to show everybody. I used to have, speaking of Daggerfall, it's not Daggerfall, it's Morrowind, but that I'm talking about. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. A while ago, I had a Morrowind Let's Play, and I had like 2 episodes of it. I never finished Morrowind. I was too used to Oblivion and Skyrim. But there are some features of Morrowind that are just really impressive. I've never played Daggerfall. Once I tweak the Goron Crossbow, I'm going to continue with the Archive. The Hall of Rarities is almost done. I just have a few more displays left, and I need to finish one. Looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 displays left. And then the Hall of Rarities will be done. But there's some features in it that I keep forgetting about. Yeah, like all this stuff kind of has to go into the Hall of Rarities too. Actually, now that I see it, it's not as finished as I thought it was. Because this is all part of the Hall of Rarities. just realized I could show people the Goron Crossbow without having to have Creation Kit functioning. Here's the Goron Crossbow. It's upside down. Oh, friggin' NVIDIA pop-up thing. I know, NVIDIA. Alright. It's upside down, but that's what it looks like. It is very big. It's hard to tell how big it is. But it's quite large. Pretty unique. It's obviously based on a dwarven crossbow, but it's larger. And I'm going to adjust it to make it really powerful. The animation in Nifscope, the animation doesn't look correct. This is not what it looks like when it animates in game. It looks much better in game. The one thing that I can't really do anything about is this. This happens in game as well, where this one here is straight and it doesn't animate. It does animate, but it doesn't animate that much. And there's not much I can really do about that. I was going to try to put an extra one of these in front of it, but the problem is that wouldn't animate either. Although I guess that's not too big of a deal. Like if all of this is the same, but that kind of, this kind of expands. I guess I could do that. I could, but it wouldn't move. That's the problem. It wouldn't move with the rest of the crossbow. So I think I'm just gonna leave this the way it is. There's nothing I can do about it. And if somebody wants to fix it, they can fix it. That does not look right. I don't think that's the way it's supposed to look. There's this huge vertex that's just popping out of the string. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to see if it... Okay, well now I can look at it in Creation Kit. I need to look to see if that's the case. Any recognizable race is gone. Are no longer present. In Relics of Hyrule lore, you will not see a Goron or a Zora. Oh, it looks fine in Creation Kit. Oh no, it was upside down. Nope. Okay, I'll need to fix that in Body Slide Outfit Studio. So yeah, Gorons are not around. They did leave behind these things, which will be making a debut in 6.6. Sort of like how the Dwemer left behind the steam robots. The automata, the Gorons made these guys. At least in Relics of Hyrule lore. They use Frost Atronach animations. Let's crack open this so that I can fix the I do not like the icon for Outfit Studio, but there's nothing I can do about it. fix that vertex. There's that overlay again. I guess what I will do is just leave these programs open so that I don't have to worry about it. Okay. I must have accidentally selected that vertex. It's no biggie. Easy fix. Yep. Here too. That one's also screwy. Goes again. Yeah, I know I can use the overlay in video. Totally no, I know. Okay, that's gonna stay where it is. This is gonna export and replace that. And we're gonna take another look-see at the weapon, which I need to adjust. This is also coming in 6.6. Relics of Hyrule version of the Cobble Crusher from Breath of the Wild. I will probably modify this area because the texture is stretching, so I might just flatten that out. I'll do something with it. I'm doing alright. My job, my hours got cut way down. I'm only there like 2 or 3 days a week now. And there was a lot of cutbacks at my workplace. A lot of people lost their jobs in the museum that I work in. We're trying to stay afloat, but we're just not getting a lot of revenue. We're not getting a lot of attendance. So right now I'm just sort of seeing how things go. The Goron Crossbow should be stronger than that. And my girlfriend is doing well. Her job is fine. Yeah, everyone's having a lot of trouble. Okay, well, let's see here. I guess what I could do is tinker with the archive, because I did the Goron Crossbow. So I will tinker with the archive. Yeah, the donate link I think is the only way, on the Nexus mod page, that's the only way to donate to the mod. I have been playing Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. I'm getting lots of ideas for version 6.7, which is going to have a focus on Link's Awakening, as well as Breath of the Wild, and probably Breath of the Wild 2 and Age of Calamity, because I will not be done with 6.6 or the tenure of 6.6, because I have lots of things that I want to do with 6.6 before 6.7. I don't think 6.6 will be as big a tenure as 6.5 was. Honestly, the fact that it went to 6.5.21 is absolutely insane. And in hindsight, probably once I started adding temples, the Shadow Temple should have been version 6.6, and then the Water Temple would have been 6.6.1. Oh no, 6.6.2, because the Spirit Temple would have been 1, and then what I'm working on now logically should be 6.6.3, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Version numbers are arbitrary. The point is that there was an update that was made. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, this is the archive. And as you can see, this is where you get the Harp of Ages. Spoiler. Yeah, if you don't want spoilers, I'm sorry. I can't not give you spoilers when I'm working on the archive. Just a culmination of everything in the mod. reminds me, I think I fixed that. Gilded Sword. Oh, this is the Legends. I need to go to the Hall of Rarities. Should not have opened this one because there's a chance that the other one will not open. So now we need to wait for the Hall of Rarities to open. Which hopefully does not freeze, because there was a time that I opened the Hall of Rarities from the Hall of Legends, and Creation Kit froze. I think that wouldn't be too big of a deal. I didn't save after I tweaked the Goron Crossbow, but that was barely anything. That would be an easy adjustment if I had to reload. Something else. While this is going, I'm gonna look, because I have not updated. No, I don't want to open that. I have not updated the quick info guide since who knows when. I haven't updated it in ages. So I want to see. I just don't remember what it looked like. I also don't remember where I put it. Oh, it's right there. I missed it. I haven't updated it since 6.5.16, which was 2018. That was 2 years ago. Okay, so it's just a list of things. I'm thinking of redoing this entirely. I'm thinking of replacing it with a spreadsheet, which I think would be easier to navigate anyway. And well, this is helpful. Yeah. Just completely redoing it from scratch, so it'll be a spreadsheet. Yeah, I hear my computer really struggling. I think the tool is ready, is freezing. So I'm gonna have to put it out of its misery. Load it, but the fact that my computer's ready to take off tells me that it's not going to load. I I'd much rather it just not load, honestly, at this point. Come on, just fall apart. Nobody was chatting until you showed up. Sometimes people are more active. But that's okay. No one needs to feel obligated to chat. Well, since I have body outfit studio open, I was gonna... What was I gonna tweak? I was gonna tweak something. Doesn't matter. All these things. There's a lot of things I'm gonna redesign, but I'm not gonna worry about them yet. Just letting the computer wind down. One thing that I want to add from Link's Awakening is magic powder. I think that could be a pretty unique item, because it's powder that its main thing is lighting things on fire, which would be very interesting because it would be fire damage, but it would ignore fire resistance. So if something was resistant to fire, you'd use magic powder and still get fire damage from it. And then the magic powder can do other weird things, but I'm not sure if I'll adapt those. Other weird functions. Let that load. There's gotta be some things that I can adjust. Yeah. God might get suspicious. Man approaches with a sack of mysterious powder. I think I fixed that. So many adjustments. That is redundant. that's what I wanted to do. That's something I could do while we wait for Creation Kit to load. I'm going to make the these weapons a little... Well, I could do Aubade since Aubade is here. One thing I want to do with Aubade, or Aubade, or whatever it is to make it less Dwemer. I want to undwemerify this thing. Obviously texture would do that. But another thing that I could do is tweak the handguard here. And also make it thinner. Yeah, because that is a chonky tonk of a blade. So I am going to do that now. Let's see if I can do this. Nope. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. I could get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Get no. Okay. Okay. First. There we go. Can I just select that? Yonk. Dunk. And then if I delete those vertices, boom. Well. Yeah, you don't want to leave this sword out in the sunlight. That would be very uncomfortable. I will thin the blade. Bump. Within the whole thing. To an extent. Okay. Invert. And scale. Perfect, no. It seems to have selected a vertex. I didn't notice that, but there's a gap. I think maybe Aubade just needs to be redesigned from scratch. Like, I feel like it just doesn't fit the bill, so I'll worry about that one later. This one, however, where'd it go? The Igneous Hammer. This I can adjust. I don't have to worry about it. Because this is pretty impractical, all things considered. there's several things wrong with it that I'm going to fix. I feel like this head is too big for one thing, and it's also, well, maybe the head's not too big. It's a Goron weapon after all. It's also very, it's still very Dwemer, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. What I want to do, for one thing, these are hollow, which is silly, but I can fix that by taking this and lengthening it. So if I, let's see here. Okay, so that's a cap. That's sort of a cap. Body slide has the worst controls. I can probably, if I take this, let's move this out. There's another one somewhere. Where are you? There you are. I'll rename you to material 0.002. That point, and what I want to do is I want to stretch this little thing here, stretch that out, so it's more of a hammer shape. Mostly because it just seems, actually I wonder, ooh, that's good. The blades are separate. Just want to make it a little more practical. Let's see what this looks like. That's getting pretty nice looking. Scale that out again. It didn't turn out super well. Scale that in. Ah, welcome! Thanks for joining us. I am adjusting the Igneous Hammer so that it is slightly more practical and more of a hammer. Ooh, that actually looks really nice. Okay. Obviously, I'll have to adjust the blood layer. Oh no, there is no blood layer because it's a Goron weapon. I'm gonna delete this, boop, and I'll duplicate this one once I have it finished. But not quite finished with it yet because this is still not a very practical shape for a hammer. So I'm gonna take this and thin it down. Ooh. Oh, that's odd. Oh, there we go. Okay. Ah. Well, you've come to the right place because this is, I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but it's a good insight into what it takes to make a mod for Skyrim, but also introduce you to my obsession or project that is Relics of Hyrule, a DLC scale mod for Skyrim that is based on The Legend of Zelda. Duplicate. To rotate. I have a feeling that what I should do. Okay. Rotate. Whoa, okay. I have to move that back. Yeah, Relics of Hyrule is essentially a giant scavenger hunt. And then through that scavenger hunt, a story arises that tells the story of a fallen civilization. And you find a lot of amazing loot and cool stuff and tragic lore. That is an amazing looking hammer. I really like what I've done with this thing. That looks great. That looks like what the Igneous Hammer should have looked like from the big... Oh my god, that thing's amazing. Ooh. I know I did good when something just finally clicks like this. I'm not gonna tweak that too much. I think that's fine. I think that's beautiful. It's kind of big, but it's a Goron weapon, so it makes sense for the head to be that big. Alright, wow. I think I'm really happy that I figured out how to use Outfit Studio, because now I can take things like this, the Goron weapons, and just make them great. Ah, welcome Dova Dude. Just finished up the Igneous Hammer redesign. Oh, there's Goron Bolts. I need to integrate those into the mod if I haven't already. Oh, jeez. Did I do that already? I did not. Well, clearly I need to do that. I forgot that I made Goron Bolts. Excellent. Yeah, I wanted I wanted to be okay. Relics of Hyrule basically spawned from me wanting Zelda mods to be lore friendly, because I had seen so many other Zelda mods and they were all just like, craft the Master Sword at a forge with a single ingot. Which was just crazy to me. So I was like, no, this is the way that it should be. So I changed it. I made Relics of Hyrule the way that I wanted things to be in Skyrim. For Zelda mods. I want to add a Goron Mask. I definitely do, and I think what I might do is I might take this thing and use Outfit Studio, which is this program here that I used for that. I might take it, use that program, and sort of isolate the face here and sort of adjust it so that it's a mask. And I might use that for the Goron Mask. If it was up to me, I would make every single mask in the Zelda games, because I love Majora's Mask, and I would love to use every single possible mask. Some masks wouldn't make sense, like the Troop Leader's mask would have to be reinterpreted. Camaro's mask is another one that would just be very unusual, but I do want to add a Goron Mask. Definitely. projectile incorrectly. Projectile. I didn't make a projectile, apparently. Ah, welcome. Arcane Prisma. For some reason, it just so happens your name is lime green, very bright neon green, and so it blends into the background a little bit, at least on my stream manager thing, so it was hard to read. And I'll just keep it. Okay. I thought oh, I didn't save it. Goron Bolt projectile. Goron Bolt projectile weapon ammo. Goron Bolt. And now I need to give it the projectile. Goron Bolt projectile. Now we have a Goron Bolt. Beautiful, beautiful Goron Bolt. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Looks beauty. I might adjust it so that... Well, actually no. Those could be metal. Those could conceivably be made of metal. They're shiny. That would be kind of interesting if they were. No, there's... I mean, I know that's a joke, but just so everyone's aware, the Goron Mask would not do a transformation because one of the rules that I put for Relics of Hyrule is no transformations. I don't think it fits Skyrim very well, and it doesn't fit the story of the mod. So, the Goron Mask would have to do something else. Possibly something like, I don't know, boost unarmed and make your fists do fire damage or something. It would do something like that. But I don't know what exactly it would do. Has not been decided yet. But I do need to make a Goron recipe. Is there a recipe for the Goron Crossbow? Yes. Okay. Let's do Goron Bolt. Single ingot of Goron Steel. Goron Crossbow Bolt. Goron Forge. A single one. How many bolts can you craft normally? Creates 10. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah, okay. So now we have that. I should probably make an exploding one too. That would be fitting. So let's do a projectile. A Goron projectile. And it explodes. Let's just use the default DLC 1 explosion. Oh, bolt explosion. Fire 2. Just making sure. I just want to make sure. No, okay, so the claw shot was not supposed to respawn. It's okay for the okay, so the claw shot chest should not have respawned. Ah, okay. Yeah, so that was unintentional. If it's something unique, like the claw shot, it's not supposed to respawn. The bosses do not respawn either. That might change. The bosses are sort of I don't know. That I'm not sure about, but if it's a relic, like the claw shot was not supposed to respawn. Although if there is one item that does have multiple versions of it, the claw shot, it makes sense, because in Twilight Princess there were two. Yeah, quests are hard, which is why Relics of Hyrule has no quests. I'll just call it an ancient chest. Okay. I am going to shot. No longer respawns. It's okay that the Giant's Ingot respawned. That's okay. So I'm not going to worry about that. But the other one, I don't want that thing respawning. Exploding. Okay, exploding. I'll just go to exploding Goron Bolt. And I want to see what this does. Okay, trigger on impact. Just making sure that it's about the same. It would be 3 because it's the Goron exploding bolt, so it would make sense for it to do that. Okay. Goron Bolt projectile fire 03. They level, yeah, they do, the bosses do level with you. They tend to have a limit of level 100. Let's double check here. The Silver Centurion, for instance. Let's take a look at it. Silver Centurion levels to max 100. They are all maxed up. Okay, no. Google, I didn't say anything. Go away, Google. Okay. They do have a limit. It's 100. They have a minimum level. So, for instance, the minimum level of the Silver Centurion is 30. And it's always at least 30% higher than your level. So, to keep it challenging. But everyone's definition of challenge is different. Some people tell me that the Relics of Hyrule bosses are too easy. Some tell me they're too hard. So I guess that means they're okay, because they just cancel out. Okay, let's go back to the bolts. Exploding Goron Bolt. I'm going to make the exploding Goron Bolts more valuable. Let's do 24. They're more valuable, but they are weaker. Because the whole point is the explosion. And I just gotta make sure that I'm following the same. Okay. Cool. Just making sense. Just making sense. Although, I mean, the Dwarven Bolt, the exploding Dwarven Bolts are the same. So I guess I'll leave it. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about quests. And to that, by that I mean that I know very little about quests. Relics of Hyrule has none. Exploding Goron Forge. Goron Bolt Fire. Should add. Ooh. Fire salts are just so generic. I'll put in fire salts for now. I'm not keen on it. I kind of want it to be more unique, but that's what I'll stick with for now. I have been working on Relics of Hyrule for 7 years. I released it in August of 2013, so it's been 7 years. Looks like the way it... I know I redesigned something properly when it looks... when I look at it and think to myself, that's the way it's always been. It's so nice. Okay. I think I'm gonna save, and while it's saving, I'm going to redesign some more Goron weapons. In fact, I could, because I don't want the Goron Bolts to look so dwarven. So I think I'm going to tweak it so it doesn't. That looks pretty unique. So, a small change, but it makes sense. Yeah, so the mod was more or less complete in version 6.0, which was years ago. And ever since I've been adding to the mod. So I'm just adding new stuff. Like the Goron Bolts are brand new. I'm also the main thing I'm working on, which is what I'm going to load up right now and not crash the tool this time, is something called the Archive, which was something people wanted for a long time. This is a museum space for all the items in the mod. And yeah, so I'm fixing bugs, adding things. I'm working on something on version 6.6. And all the text that you see here is things that I've added or adjusted for version 6.6. It is quite substantial. I don't know when version 6.6 will be done. It will be done when I'm finished with it. I think what I could do, I think I can use Nifscope for the, oh wait, I think I can use Nifscope for the rest of this adjustment. It's probably this one. Yes. Take that and then paste it here. And then switch them. Okay, but I want it to rotate. So okay. Easy peasy. Nice. This is what the archive looks like. Yeah, so Relics of Hyrule adds a bunch of things all over, and it's sort of intended to be low footprint, so it doesn't add a Hyrule world space. And then the museum itself is not a building per se, it's more of an extra dimensional space. And then there's these folks wandering around that have no feet called them, and they are the ones who are sort of putting this together. So Relics of Hyrule adds new dungeons, but it doesn't add a Hyrule sort of kingdom that you can visit. It puts Skyrim first in that regard. And actually, I was going to replace these. Boop. There we go. And this just gives you a sense of like what it adds. These are the Zora weapons, and Zora armor, and Goron armor, and Goron weapons. And then there's the Bigoron sword. There's the Megaton hammer, which I'm also going to adjust the shape of. The Skull hammer. Wind Waker shield. Phantom Hourglass shield. Wind Waker mirror shield. Majora's Mask mirror shield. Link's Awakening mirror shield. Link to the Past mirror shield. Both versions of the Ocarina of Time mirror shield. Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons mirror shield. Sword of the Sages. It is a huge undertaking. And I need to add the Goron Bolts to this little place. Goron Bolt. Bing. Goron Bolt. And I need to make a Goron Quiver. Yeah, I think that's all the mirror shields that I will add. The Mirror Shield of Secrets was the last one. That's the one from Oracle of Ages. Seasons. Both of them. Ooh, perfect. Just the perfect amount for the Goron Bolt. Ooh, I need a spreadsheet. Okay. Need a form list. That's what I need. Form list. Goron Bolt. No, okay. Okay. Goron Bolts. Goron Bolt list. There we go. That's all that I can add in there. So I will at some point adjust these two Goron weapons here. This I'm gonna make, probably I'm gonna pull down the blades a little for that. And then for this, I might do the same. Maybe make it less spiky on the top. I'll do something with that. Oh yeah, the Goron War Mace also needs it. Just so that they don't have those empty spaces between the blades. And I think I actually need to load this up because it looks very shiny. So I'm going to open up the steel ingot. Giant's ingot. Because I think it might need its... something's fishy with it. Oh, environment map is 2, no wonder. It does not need to be 2, it's a steel ingot. Spectre strength, it's a steel ingot. It does not need to be that shiny. No, the Relics of Hyrule is pretty compatible with pretty much every mod out there. There's some mods that put things in the same places, but those are very rare, and Relics of Hyrule is compatible with most other mods. Very low footprint, very little in terms of conflicts. Before I forget, I need to do this. How did this move? Get over. Get back to where you once belonged. There you go. Silly goose. Okay. Display to enable. Fairy bow. And contingent display is this ball. There we go. Okay. Weapon display 1. Fairy bow. Boop. So okay. Here's the new texture for the moon shard. Looks pretty good. Just to make it unique. And I might use moon shards for more things in Relics of Hyrule. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to moon shard. I don't want it to be moonstone anymore. So I'm going to disable these recipes. I don't want it to be connected to moonstone. Okay. Oh, the Wand of Gamelon. And by the way, JK's Skyrim mod. I am not JK. That's a different JK. And yeah, the Wand of Gamelon is like the best item ever. It is the... like, man, the Wand of Gamelon, I took a huge risk adding that to the mod. Pooh. That could have caused serious balance issues, but fortunately, it's not too overpowered. If you're curious what the Wand of Gamelon is like, here's what it looks like. And the enchantment, yeah, oh man, 1 point of magicka damage. Whew. Wand of Gamelon. Yeah. I totally get it. Like, with Legendary Edition, I had a huge load order, and I still kind of do. I want to pare it down. But when I went to Special Edition, I was just, like, overwhelmed. So I just ripped out all of my mods, and now I have, like, 50. And that's it. So, totally understand, like, paring down a load order. And we do have a Discord if you're interested in the mod. There's a Discord for Relics of Hyrule, and I think I can find... I think there's a... Where did I put it? I'll just generate an invite. If you happen to be watching and you want to join the Discord server, yeah, there's Special Edition and Legendary Edition. So you can use either version. If you're using Legendary, it's the same in both versions. So I'm going to pop this. You can see it on screen, but I'm going to pop it into the chat. For anyone to join the Discord server. DB3. Is that a capital V? It's a capital V. DB3K2. Okay, that should work as an invite link for the Relics of Hyrule Discord. But yeah, you can use its for Legendary or for Special Edition. Either one, and they're functionally identical. I'm working on the Legendary version, and then I'll port it to Special Edition once I'm finished. Alright, let's get some light in this new location. Ah, yes, yeah, I just saw you pop in. Welcome. There's an FAQ and rules and all this stuff. It's a lot. Basically, just be nice to each other, and if you have any questions, there's two whole, like, categories for Relics of Hyrule. I post development in Relics of Hyrule dev, like the Goron Crossbow and things like that. If you have any ideas for the mod, there's a channel for that, but make sure that you read the guidelines and that you check on the there's a pinned message, there's a whole Google document of ideas that I've been given, I have 10 pages in this spreadsheet currently. Well, there's no beer in my server either. We're a dry server. I'm kidding. But yeah, pretty much be nice and don't spread any of the BS from the real world. It's meant to be an oasis of calm. But yeah, I've gotten a ton of ideas that I'm sort of parsing through for the mod. I'm not really considering any until the current version is finished. Once 6.6 is finished and the archive is out, then I'll start thinking about this 12-page document of ideas. And there's some things that I just will not do. It's a short list of things I won't do, but there's some things I just will not do. Like Tingle. I don't think he fits. Okay. I think the Relics of Hyrule community is pretty nice. Sometimes there's disagreements, but on the whole, everyone's pretty nice to each other. Tingle's the adoring fan. There's a problem. So this is a Skyrim issue. Skyrim has a limit to how many lights can be on an object. So this specific piece of the floor has too many lights on it right now. So I'm gonna try. There's only so much I can do with that, because that says Skyrim's limits. But whatever. I'll live. Yeah, I mean, every so often I think to myself, I am kind of... I'm amazed that I've never let this go. Like, I've been working on this thing for 7 years. There's just so much stuff to add, and so much stuff that I want to do with it. There's all these ideas, and it's still going strong, so I figure while the mod is still strong, might as well keep going with it. I really like how these pedestals all fit together, so I always use this as my base. No, I don't want you. No, not you. No. Okay, copy. And move that over. And vainly attempt to line everything up. It's not always a guarantee. Yeah. Sometimes people ask, like, what does an ending... Like, what do you, like, sometimes people ask me, when I would consider Relics of Hyrule to be done. And it's like it's my hobby. It's my, like, main hobby. Like, I use so much time on this. I think about it constantly. And... Oh, God, and a dingus. Alright, fortunately there's a backup button. Okay, there we go. Whew. Forgot to hit Control D. I thought I did, but I didn't. This is like my hobby, so sometimes when people ask, when do you think Relics of Hyrule will be done? Like, what do you consider the finished version? And I'm like, I don't think I could ever consider it to be done, because it's sort of like asking someone, when are you gonna stop building train sets, or when do you think you'll stop painting? I don't know. Something else might come along, but for now I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm glad people enjoy it. And I think one of the reasons the mod has sort of thrived and why it's a steady climb is because I've done what I've wanted and done what I thought was best. People have their ideas, and sometimes I get flack for things and approaches that I've done. But the mod is strong because, like, people have suggestions, and there have been great suggestions. But there's also been a lot of criticism. And I just look at the criticism and say, eh. And just do what I want. And then the mod has thrived for this long. It's not, like, insanely popular by any stretch of the imagination. I think it has a disadvantage because it is inherently lore-breaking. It is not Skyrim. It's not unique. It's a it has a disadvantage because somebody who's like a Elder Scrolls purist would come and say, no, you can't do that, you can't say that makes no sense, no, false, incorrect. I don't want Zelda in my Skyrim. And by the same token, someone who's like a Zelda purist would see what I've done with the would see, I don't know, let's say there's a diehard fan of the Dominion Rod, and they're like, that's not the Dominion Rod! It looks nothing like the Dominion Rod! How very dare you! What have you done? Or they see the, how really, frankly, the hookshot is not great, but that's because of the limitations of Skyrim. Someone might look at the hookshot and say, that's terrible, or they look at the light arrows and say, that's not perfectly accurate to Zelda. Well, it's not Zelda, it's Skyrim. And by the same token, someone will be like, well, this isn't like what it is in Skyrim. It's not Skyrim, it's Zelda. It exists in this weird no man's land. Anyway, I covered up what I had put here as placeholders. Where is it? Gerudo. Apparently it's pronounced Gerudo, and I've been mispronouncing it my entire life. But I still say Gerudo because it's pronounced Jerry, and Germany, Germanium. So I'm just gonna keep saying Gerudo. I might tweak this texture. The texture's kind of, it is actually high resolution, but it's pixelated for some reason. So I'll try to tweak that before 6.6 is released. The main priority is building the archive itself. Okay. And over here is fine. Twilight. Or are you low rule? Yeah. Yeah, like, everyone has their own opinions, everyone has their own... I totally understand where they're coming from, too, because I am an Alice in Wonderland purist. I have seen one Alice in Wonderland adaptation that I liked, and that's the 1951. There's some that are okay. There's a 1971 live-action one. But I could go on about Alice in Wonderland to the extent that I'm sure people could go on about all sorts of other things. So I understand why some people would be like, I'm not interested, this is not very Skyrim. Or, I'm not interested, this is not very Zelda. Alright, Gerudo Weapons. Let's get those going. There's not many. There's the Druid Dagger, Naginata, Saber, Scimitar, and that's it. I should probably leave some space for... Whoop. This is a scimitar. Not a scimitar, it's a scimitar. Whoop, whoop. I'm leaving some space for Gerudo armor that I will eventually add at some point. I'm really excited about the archive because it adds sort of a goal to Relics of Hyrule. There is one goal. Which is to reform the Triforce, but this adds another goal because once you do that, what do you do? To fill up the archive. And yeah, the hookshot. Usually if something doesn't function exactly the way that it does, the hookshot is a great example. It doesn't function exactly the way it did in Zelda because if it did, that would be game breaking. If you could hookshot to every wooden thing in Skyrim, that would be terrible. So I deliberately chose not to do that for the sake of balance. And also because it's like insanely difficult to program. No! Every time I place something in the world, I'm always paranoid that the program will crash. Get out of here, Bane of Arthropods. Rather, the tool will crash. I don't know if I said game. This is not a game. This is serious business by serious people. I don't like how those are sticking out, so I'm going to do this. That saves so much space. And then that will give me space for the Naginata. when I kind of want to adjust because you wouldn't... I'll have to look at how Naginata are set up, but I kind of want to remove this hand guard that is unnecessary. Well, that's the Gerudo stuff, so I'm going to save because I haven't saved in a while. And I am going to continue tweaking the Goron weapons. Goron Mace, you're up. I want to make the Goron Mace. Well, I kind of have to guard against every possible exploit. Yeah, and if people want to break their game, it's their problem. But I feel like I shouldn't make it easy for them to break their game. Scale it. Yeah. I actually kind of like the height of the Goron Mace, so I think I'm more inclined to squeeze this down instead. That I think looks a little more reasonable. And then I can take this and I can move these vertices down. That's a slightly more reasonable looking weapon. This plug is still necessary, but I think I can move it up. And I can thin it. And then I think what I'm going to do... butts. Okay. Those are the ones that I want to select. And I want to scale those. Nope, nope, nope. I don't want you. Get out of here, wretched Simmons. Not that this thing is wretched, but... meh. Right. How quickly I move. So you're curious how quickly I move between building displays and building items. So I have a few different programs that I have set up. That's the problem right there. I have Creation Kit, which is this program. That's the program that I'm using to build the display. And then this program that I'm using to adjust the Goron item, the Goron weapon, which I want to be less Dwemer in appearance because it's not Dwarven, it's Goron. It's okay if people see that it has a Goron, Dwarven, that I use the Dwarven as a base, but I want it to be distinct from the Dwarven, which is why I'm adjusting it. This is Outfit Studio, which is a different program, normally used for outfits. So I have this open, and I have Nifscope also, which is another program that I can use to texture and adjust items. This is a pre-existing model that I'm adjusting. I can't make models to save my life. So I have to rely on pre-existing models or models donated by other people. And I can adjust them, and I very recently, like a couple months ago, figured out how to use Outfit Studio. So I have a little more versatility under my brain. Did not mean to do that one. I think I got all the vertices there. Now I'm going to stretch this so that it I'm going to select more of it, stretch that up a little more. I think I need more of it. Hopefully this doesn't... Oh, nope. Okay. Ooh, that's a little stretchy. Okay, that looks fine. Oh, I would love to do Kerbal Space Program videos. And my channel's bigger now, so I think maybe people might actually be interested in Kerbal Space Program. I love Kerbal Space Program so much. Some people may already be aware, but I work at a science museum. That's my day job. And so space is one of my favorite things, and space travel is another just absolutely amazing branch of science. So, and Kerbal Space Program, I love building things. My favorite games are the ones that are incredibly customizable, like Kerbal Space Program and even Skyrim. I think that is that. I think we have a new Dwarven Mace. I mean, Goron Mace. No, it does not. It's a very small, mine's a very small museum. We have a moon rock. And we have some space suits. We have other exhibits, but our space section is pretty small. But I still get to talk to people about a moon rock every so often, which is really awesome. I think that's good. I think that's I think that's what the Goron Mace should look like. That's pretty heckin' dope. Yeah, it's not, this is another thing that Zelda purists would rip something off of their person in anger. There's no precedence for this. This is not a Goron Mace at all. Like, and this is not the Cobble Crusher. It is not accurate at all. So there's a lot of things in this mod that people would not be happy with. If there's, like, there's no precedence for Goron weapons anyway, so I do what I want. Okay. Let's get a light on this. I'll put the light over here. There's the Gerudo Weapons. Not many. And now it's the Bane of Arthropods, which is not Zelda at all. It has no basis in Zelda whatsoever. These are dwarven. Like, these are definitively dwarven weapons that I've just retextured, and, like, they are still dwarven weapons. They just happen to be silver in color and designed to beat up little spiders. And of course, Bane of Arthropods comes from Minecraft. Anyway, thanks Codemaster2B. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chilling and relaxing, maxing all cool. Enjoy the rest of your day, and so forth. And yeah, the archive is going to be really awesome. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking of going on the topic of people don't get that this is the Skyrim version of things. I'm thinking of making a video misconceptions about Relics of Hyrule. Because there's a lot of them. Like, people expect guidance, and I have to break their hearts. Ooh, you don't look right at all. What's your problem? Why do you look so weird, Bane of Arthropods 7? There's room for a few more Bane of Arthropods weapons. Ah, yeah, 10 truths about Relics of Hyrule. This is my temple in response to my decree. Um, yeah, that's really out of... I think it might have a weird cube map, so I'm going to open that up. Skulltula Dagger. Wait, weapons, Hylians. Weapons... Hylian. Skulltula. Skulltula Dagger. I actually have a list of those misconceptions somewhere. Oh, hang on. Yeah, NVIDIA is going to remind me that I can capture my game very soon. Bronze. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I know NVIDIA. I've known for a long time that I can capture my game. Okay. So, let's compare that to another Bane of Arthropods weapon, the axe. And my axe. Shiny dull. That's the answer. It's not supposed to be bronze, it's supposed to be shiny dull. Shiny dull. And get rid of that. And the specular colors also. That's okay. It looks a little odd, but that is supposed to be the specular color. Glossiness is 13. Specular strength, I can make 1. The environment map is about the same. Okay. No, redo. Save. Okay. Fix that. I think what I'm gonna do is do a new window and just leave Nifscope open. Now we're on the Sheikah Weapons, which there's not much. There's just the Sheikah Dagger and the 8-fold blade and the Wind Cleaver. That's okay. I wonder if Sheikah Throwing Dagger. Sheikah Throwing Dagger. They're the same. But I'm gonna do both because there's a chance that I'll make the Sheikah Throwing Dagger distinct. So I'm gonna have both. Sheikah, there's nothing. 8-fold blade. Put that in there. And that's another one that I kind of want to adjust at some point. There we go. And 8-fold long blade. Which I should put here. Fold long blade. Rotate. Oh, hello! Welcome to the stream. We are making the Sheikah Weapons display currently. I'm gonna put the daggers over here. And Wind Cleaver. There it is. the same size as the 8-fold blade. I'll just boom. Not as practical as I expected. Oh, yes. You're welcome. Thanks for the kind words. I'm glad that Relics of Hyrule has reached so many people and that so many people enjoy it. Alright, friendos. It's time to hold on to your butts. Because this is also a thing in Relics of Hyrule. I will have to make a version of it that has the texture or the enchantment art, which would be easy. That would be easy to do. I wonder if I can just put that in there. Can I just drag it in? I can. All right, excellent. Boom. Yeah, the Guardian weapons are coming. In fact, every so often with these live streams, I sort of blow your mind and I drop a huge lore bomb. The Guardian Sword is going to be part of 6.6. It's going to be the first Guardian weapon. There will be more in the future. This is actually, it's good that I put this in the archive today because I didn't know that this, the Guardian Sword Plus Plus, had permanent art. So I'm going to have to tweak that. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. It's not supposed to have permanent art. Art? What the heck is wrong with my mouth? O2. The Key of Twilight. Guardians will be coming in 6.7. The Key of Twilight, if it's crashing, if it's doing a hard crash, that means there's something wrong with the model. And you said it was in the older build, so it may have already been fixed. Oh, nuts, I forgot. I closed Nifscope. Skyrim is not optimized very well. I can't see any issues. I can't really deal with bugs right now. So if it was recent, I will need to know the version, like if it's legendary version or special, if it's special edition or old rim. I can't work on it right now because I have other things that I'm doing. Bug reports have to be done through Nexus mod page or the Discord. I can't deal with it right now. If it was recent, like very recent, then I can take a look. But if it was a long time ago, I can't guarantee that it's still an issue. Like, I need to know whether it's a current bug that is still persistent. Then I can work on it. But I can't work on it right now. Ah. Okay. I think that's sufficient. And a ping on there. That is signs and good news, and I'll check that later. Okay. Guardian Weapons. There's going to be a whole swath of Guardian Weapons, so I think I'm going to leave this section open for Guardian Weapons. I had notes. Guardian Sword, Battle Axe, Spear, Shield, Ancient, and then the Ancient Weapons. So, the Battle Axe will need a segment, probably that. And then the Spear will need a segment. Ancient Short Sword, and the Shield can go on the wall. So I will reserve this